Greenpeace is an independent global campaigning network. The network comprises 26 independent national, regional organizations in over 55 countries across Europe, the Americas, Africa, Asia and the Pacific, as well as a coordinating body, Greenpeace International, based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Greenpeace was founded in 1971 by Irving Stowe and Dorothy Stowe, Canadian and U.S. expat environmental activists. Greenpeace states its goal is to ensure the ability of the Earth to nurture life in all its diversity and focuses its campaigning on worldwide issues such as climate change, deforestation, overfishing, commercial whaling, genetic engineering, and anti-nuclear issues. It uses direct action, lobbying, research, and ecotage to achieve its goals. The global network does not accept funding from governments, corporations, or political parties, relying on 3 million individual supporters and foundation grants. Greenpeace has a general consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council, and as a founding member of the INGO Accountability Charter, an international non-governmental organization that intends to foster accountability and transparency of non-governmental organizations. Greenpeace is known for its direct actions and has been described as one of the most visible environmental organizations in the world. It has raised environmental issues to public knowledge and influenced both the private and the public sector. The organization has received criticism. It was the subject of an open letter from more than 100 Nobel laureates urging Greenpeace to end its campaign against genetically modified organisms. The organization's direct actions have sparked legal actions against Greenpeace activists, such as fines and suspended sentences for destroying a test plot of genetically modified wheat and damaging the Nazca lines, a UN World Heritage Site in Peru, along with several other NGOs. Greenpeace was the subject of an improper investigation by the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation between 2001 and 2005. The Inspector General of the U.S. Justice Department determined that there was little or no basis for the investigation and that it resulted in the FBI giving inaccurate and misleading information to the United States Congress. In the late 1960s, the U.S. had planned its Canacan underground nuclear weapon test in the tectonically unstable island of Amchitka in Alaska. The plans raised some concerns of the test triggering earthquakes and causing a tsunami. Some 7,000 people blocked the Peace Arch border crossing between British Columbia and Washington, carrying signs reading, "Don't make a wave. It's your fault if our fault goes," and "Stop, my ark's not finished." The protests did not stop the US from detonating the bomb. While no earthquake or tsunami followed the test, the opposition grew when the US announced they would detonate a bomb 5 times more powerful than the first one. Among the opponents were Jim Boley, a veteran who had served in the US Navy, and Irving Stowe and Dorothy Stowe, who had recently become Quakers. They were frustrated by the lack of action by the Sierra Club Canada, of which they were members. From Irving Stowe, Jim Boley learned of a form of passive resistance, bearing witness, where objectionable activity is protested simply by mere presence. Jim Bolin's wife Mary came up with the idea to sail to Amchitka, inspired by the anti-nuclear voyages of Albert Bigelow in 1958. The idea ended up in the press and was linked to the Sierra Club. The Sierra Club did not like this connection, and in 1970 the Don't Make a Wave Committee was established for the protest. Early meetings were held in the Shaughnessy home of Robert Hunter and his wife Bobby Hunter. Subsequently, the Stowe home at 2775 Courtney Street became the headquarters. As Rex Weiler put it in his chronology, Greenpeace, in 1969, Irving and Dorothy Stowe's quiet home on Courtney Street would soon become a hub of monumental global significance. Some of the first Greenpeace meetings were held there. The first office was opened in a back room storefront on Cypress and West Broadway southeast corner in Kitsilano, Vancouver. Within half a year, Greenpeace moved in to share the upstairs office space with the society, promoting environmental conservation at 4th and Maple in Kitsilano. Irving Stowe arranged a benefit concert, Ben Metcalf. On the 15th of September 1971, the ship sailed towards Amchikkar and faced the U.S. Coast Guard ship Confidence, which forced the activists to turn back. Because of this and the increasingly bad weather, the crew decided to return to Canada, only to find out that the news about their journey and reported support from the crew of the Confidence had generated sympathy for their protest. After this, Greenpeace tried to navigate to the test site with other vessels. Until the US detonated the bomb, the nuclear test was criticized, and the US decided not to continue with th.